I'm irked because I've been streaming and I was supposed to be recording so I can post it on YouTube. Okay, so rewind a little bit. I just watched Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's absolutely not what this video is about. This video is about I'm about to be skinny. I'm closing in on getting um, a bariatric surgery. Bariatric surgery means it's surgery to aid you in losing weight. They're gonna make my stomach about this size, and food's not gonna be able to stay. I'm not gonna be able to absorb fat. Basically, I'm gonna get real skinny, back to how I used to be. If you have known me more than just the amount of time I've been in college, because if you just know me from the last 5-6 years being in college, then you only know me as fat. If you just know me from my adult years ongoing, so like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I'm not 25 yet, 18 to 25, which is my adult years, those are literally the years I was fat. From childhood to 17, from childhood to teetering on 16, 17, I was skinny. So if you only know me as an adult, then you only know me big. But I used to be skinny. I used to be real. Actually, I was super dumb skinny. Like, I just was having this conversation with my mom a little while ago, not too long ago. Like, we thought I was gonna be skinny my whole life because my dad's real tall and skinny, and I'm short and fat. Just my fucking luck. I'm short and fat. But um, because I was skinny as a kid, my doctor said that that'll go a long way in helping me. Like, people who were, I just got done fucking explaining this shit. Let me go back to the. She made us come to a seminar, a lecture that she gives about the surgery before she's willing to do the surgery because she wants to make sure that you understand everything that's included and all that. So she said your metabolism wasn't slowed down for lifelong because of lifelong obesity. If you have not been obese since early childhood, you have if you have been obese since early childhood, you have a slower metabolic rate, you have more fat cells, and you have hormonal resistance. Because I wasn't obese as a child, I wasn't barely even obese as a teenager, my body doesn't have those problems. Meaning, I'll lose weight faster, and I'll maintain the, like, a lot of people, when they have the surgery, they drop a lot of weight, and they go back to being fat. That's also because their eating habits and they're not keeping up with what the doctor said, but also because if you were already fat, your body is going back to its normal. She says weight gain. Oh, okay. It says I'll have better hunger resistance, an easier time adapting to smaller portions, and more stable weight loss after post-op surgery, because and also because I'm young, your metabolism slows in your 20s. I'm just hitting 20, and lifelong obesity can cause heart, liver, knee, joint, and insulin problems. But because I was skinny as a kid, I won't have those. Also, my fat cell count is lower because I wasn't fat as a child. My metabolism wasn't slowed down long term because I wasn't fat as a child. My hormones were not disrupted during development because I wasn't fat as a child. I'll have fewer metabolic complications. I'll have better results within 1 to 5 years post op than a person who was fat as a child. They tend to, like I said, within that 3 to 5 year threshold, start going back to being fat. I know two people who I just was talking about. My sister dad, no offense to her, no offense to him. He got the surgery, dropped a bunch of weight, and then he got fat. I was saying that to my mom when we saw him. I said, "You mean tell me he got that surgery, spent all that money, did all that shit, put himself through stress and put his body through stress, just to end up a fat alcoholic? At least be a skinny alcoholic. Like, you gained the weight back. And the surgery makes people become alcoholics." And then too, my aunt, she had the surgery. I thought she was just going to become super skinny all of a sudden. She dropped a lot of weight, but then she ended up, gaining some of it back. My body remembers being light, so it will adapt well. That's what she said. Um, my body isn't fighting the weight loss as hard. Oh, okay. So basically, if you were fat as a child, your body is gonna fight against the weight loss. So you'll lose weight. It'll take longer because your body's normal is big. So your body's having a hard time getting back to that. My body's normal is small, so it won't fight against the weight loss. It'll fight with the weight loss. Also, the surgery is more likely to give stronger results because I was skinny as a child, and recovering long-term outcomes tend to be smoother. Also, she said because I was only fat for 8 years versus a person who's been fat their whole life, I was fat for like between 5 and 7 years, between 5 and 8 years, like somewhere, because I started getting a little big at a certain point, and then I just went all in. I thought I was too far gone. I look back at pictures when I was like 16 and 17. I'm like, damn, I was pressure. No wonder I had bitches crying and trying to kill themselves over me. I was pressure, and I had like body dysmorphia. I looked in the mirror, like, and then my family kept telling me I was getting fat because, again, they're used to me being skin and bones. They're used to you being able to see the bones in my arms and my rib cage. And so I go away for a little bit and I come back all big and husky like I just got out of jail. I did a reverse Gucci man, and they was looking at me like I was crazy. And that plus like me getting in my own head, it just caused for me to always see myself as larger than I was, until now I'm just big as fuck. But when I wasn't that big, when I was at the perfect weight, when I was okay, I let so many people get in my head and fuck me up about it that I just thought I was too far gone, and I just ate myself into a bigger body. It says, yes, I don't have, because people who were obese for 15 to 20 plus years often struggle with slowed metabolism, high insulin resistance, more fat cells, and a set point, which is their body is stuck at a higher weight. Again, I haven't been fat for a long time, so my body doesn't have as many of these issues. It says, basically, she said, because I've only been fat for about 8 years, my body still remembers being at a healthy weight. It hasn't had much time to create new fat cells, and it has less long-term hormonal disruption. Because I've been fat for under 10 years, my body will have a easier time getting rid of the weight. It says, so basically, people who, there's two categories. You, in the first 12 months, and then there's 18 months, which is a year and 6 months. There are people who, for the first, like, their weight is dropping off real slow, and they don't see drastic results, or they don't hit their goal of how much they wanted to lose, or they don't see visual results until 18 months, which is a year and 6 months. Those are people who, their body's stubborn, they were obese as children, whatever the case may be. They're not following along with the plan that the dietitian gave you. And then there's people who were skinny as a kid, and I'm going to put my foot in, like, this is going to become my new life project. But when I first got out of college, I felt not hopeless, but I was like, what? My whole life was graduating. That I put my entire being into making sure that I could walk across that stage and shake that man's hand and get that diploma. That became the center of my world. Everything I did and everything I was because of that, and I needed to, like, that was my goal. I wouldn't be okay if I hadn't accomplished that. This is my new goal. This is my new thing to pour my life into. I have to make this work. Not just because I want to look better. I want to be healthier. My fucking knee, I gotta walk down the steps all slow because my knee hurt. Because, like my doctor said, my body, I got a small frame. My body used to be in this tiny little body, and you just packed all this extra weight onto your knee. Of course it hurts. You're fat. Like, I want my back to not hurt all the time. I want to not be huffing and puffing because I walked up 7 steps. It's not just about looking better. I also want to look how I used to look, but I want to have a better quality of life as well. And so, because I was skinny as a child, it will take me less time to lose the weight. I'll be back to my childhood weight, or back to what, I wouldn't be back to my childhood weight, but I'll be back to what a person of my height and, around what my BMI should be. So, I told my doctor that I wanted to lose around 190 pounds, right? I weigh a lot. 190 pounds will put me in the ones. I mean, he said that that's not realistic, because a person of my age and my height and whatever shouldn't weigh that little. He said a more realistic goal would be 160 pounds, which would put me at 155. That's a very decent weight for a 20-something-year-old that's 5'5". That's what my goal is. His goal is 155. My goal is 175. I'm trying to be, like, his goal is to have me be at a weight of 155. My goal is to have me be at a weight of, like, 130. But he said that that's bordering on malnutrition, and that's not going to be healthy. So, it's a little give and take. It's my body. Once the weight starts coming off, you're not going to tell me, but that's a different story. Either way, my body has a 90% chance of getting back to that 155 goal that he has for me within that first year. Whereas a person who was fat long term and then who doesn't follow the diet and who doesn't take their medicine, whatever, they gonna lose like 50 pounds in the first year, and then it's gonna like over the time, once it gets to a year and a half, they'll be to their goal. And some of them never reach their goal. And again, my body will hold on to being skinny longer, where some of their bodies jump back to being fat because that's all they know and that's what their body's used to. I am wholeheartedly 100% in this, and I'm ready. She said she doesn't perform surgery on. She said she does perform surgery on people who drink. I don't drink because a lot of people become alcoholics. I don't drink. Anybody who knows me knows I gotta mix it with a bunch. It gotta be sugary. I can't just drink. I have never been drunk because I can't drink enough to be drunk because I don't like the taste. She don't. People who smoke nicotine in any way, she won't do surgery on them because nicotine hinders your body from healing. I don't smoke nicotine. She also says she won't do anyone who does drugs. So, after my birthday is going to be the last time I smoke weed for the rest of my life. Or, yeah, for the rest of my life, because I already was going to stop once I got the surgery, because when you smoke or you get high, you get the munchies. And I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like a literal bottomless pit. I never eat enough food. There's never enough snacks. There's never, like, I eat to the point where I make myself sick when I'm high, but I can't really eat when I'm sober. Like, I don't even know. I ate breakfast this morning. I ate eggs and bacon. I haven't eaten since. I ate some chips at the movie theaters and a fruit roll up, but I haven't eaten since breakfast. And my body's not aching. I just haven't eaten. It doesn't feel like I need to eat. I'm not hungry. But I have to eat dinner because I'll go to bed right now and won't eat dinner because I don't feel like I need to eat. And then I wake up in the middle of the night and my stomach is like mad at me because I ain't eat nothing. Then I gotta go downstairs and eat. If I take this, what I'm about to take, I'll feel maybe in like an hour that I want to have some stew with my family. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna take this and eat what they made for dinner, and I'm gonna eat maybe a sandwich, and I'm gonna eat some chips, and I'm gonna have some pretzel bites. That's overdoing it, and I know that I'm gonna overdo it, but I'm still gonna do it because I'm not gonna feel satisfied because of the weed. So I was already gonna stop getting high once I had the surgery, but she's saying leading up to the surgery, so it's done. After my birthday, that's it. No more drugs. I'm going cold turkey too. I ain't weaning myself off it. I'm gonna get real high on my birthday and that's it. Done with the no nothing. I might even say fuck the weed and do some shrooms on my birthday just because, again, the last time I'm gonna be able to take any drugs. Because this is that serious to me. If you know me, you know I love being high. This is that serious to me. This is that important to me that I'm willing to just drop it. I don't, it's not even that I want this. I need this. I need this for my health. I need this for my mental health. I need this for my self-esteem. I need this for every aspect of my, I need to have this. That's why I'm so adamant about making sure it goes right. I need this. This is not just me wanting this. This is not just me. I need this. Just like I need to breathe. Just like I need to eat. Just like I need water. I need this. And so, yeah. It's only 10 milligrams. It ain't gonna make me that high. I took one earlier before I went to the movies. By the time the movie was like not even halfway over, I wasn't high no more. That doesn't taste good. Like even this, like I can't even chug it. It's like a shot. I can't even chug this because it's nasty. Like when stuff have that aftertaste, I just can't. If I was sick right now, I couldn't even take no cough syrup. You think I could drink alcohol? No. Also, she's real strict with the requirements. She was like, listen, this is what I'm going to tell you. We going to weigh you at your first appointment, and then you're going to have meetings monthly with our nutritionist and whatever. And you're going to come in every 2-3 weeks and get weighed and meet with our nutritionist up until your surgery. So if we booked up for 3 months and your surgery's 3 months out, for those 3 months you're going to come, you're going to get weighed, and you're going to have with our nutritionist. And if at the day of your surgery you get on that scale and you weigh even a half a pound over, we're not doing it. We're going to postpone it because I have to know that you're serious. You can't gain a single pound. I can't. It's okay to maintain my weight. It's okay to lose weight. I cannot gain a single pound during the time in between my surgery, leading up to my surgery. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know when I'm gonna have my appointment, but after I have that first appointment, I gotta I gotta start like I gotta start taking walks. I can't just eat. And their nutritionist is gonna help me. Their nutritionist is gonna recommend things that I can eat if I feel like I need a snack or whatever. But the smoking, I can't smoke no more because I can't. I've tried to lose weight. I've tried to go on a diet. I'm not. I have to. I have to hold steady. If she say no smoking, no smoking. If she said this is literally gonna be, and it's not hard. I've gone cold turkey before. Like when I was at Stockton, I was smoking. And then I got to Rutgers. I ain't smoked for a minute. When I first got to Rutgers, wasn't smoking. When I first got to Cana, wasn't smoking. Like I've gone months without smoking. I can go the rest of my life without smoking. I won't be tempted. Not even no secondhand smoke. Like I'm not even gonna get accidentally high. If you don't know me to take things seriously, I'm taking this more seriously now. I've ever taken anything in my life. I took my scale with me to Georgia and I didn't bring it back, but I'm pretty sure I weighed 315 pounds. I'm 23 years old. I'm embarrassed. I should never have gotten myself to weigh 315 pounds. That's insane. Look at this. Let me just sit regular. Hold on. Look at all this. This is me sitting regular. Like, dog. Like, what did you do to yourself? I think about that all the time. I'd be like, what did you do to yourself? Even like, hold on. Let me find a picture from when I was like 16. Because you'll see, right? That's when things first started to get, hectic, but I wasn't that big yet. I was still at a salvageable weight, but I let the girl I was dating at the time and my family and people around me dig into me and tell me like you big as fuck, like you large. It's and I look back and I'll be like, if only I could have saw myself for what I really was. Like it wasn't that bad, but I let everything and everybody tell me that I was too far gone until I really became too far gone. And I'm not even too far gone. Some of the people that's in this program, a lady weighed like 522 pounds. I'm 200 pounds less than her. It could be worse. I don't want it to get worse. Like even this. Hold on. It just look like I'm thick. It don't even look like I'm fat. Like, this was 2020. This was like right when the pandemic. I don't even look fat. I just look thick. Like, thick. Like, now I look fat. But I didn't even look fat. Or let me give you another example. Hold on. Let me show you me as a kid so you know that when I'm not lying, I literally was skinny as a kid. This is me as a kid. I was skinny. Like, you can see my wrists. I was like fucking 10. I looked like a 7-year-old because how small I was. Just a big ass head and a little ass body. I was really skinny. This was 2020. This was 2019. Again, large, but not overly gargantuan like I am right now. This is me as a freshman in high school. Face was skinny. I was skinny in high school. That's like 14, 15 years old. Again, I didn't start getting like overly large until I was like 17 or 18. And then a lot of what the problem was is I have focus. Trying trying to get the camera to focus. I don't know why it's not. There we go. There we go. You found me. Right now I wear a size 48I. But when I was in high school, I was like a triple. I passed triple D in high school, and so my breast also made my shirt like. My breast also made me have to wear larger shirts, and it made my chest and my whole stomach area. It made all that look larger than it was, and I often wouldn't wear a bra because it hurts my back. Like, you tie two 30-pound somethings to your chest and just walk around holding them bitches up all day. It takes a toll on your back, and I wouldn't wear a bra because, like, that's devastating to your back. I'm gonna get scoliosis if I carry on like this, which is another reason why I want the surgery, because when I start losing weight, your breasts are mostly made up of fat, and so they will naturally reduce with the weight loss. I'm not saying I'm gonna go to be like a cub. The doctor said more than likely I'll be like a triple D, which is around what I was in high school. At that point, I'll pay for a surgery if I feel like they're still too large. But that also made me look, a little bit larger than I was because, or that made me feel like I was larger than I was because of my breasts. Like, look at this. Like, my stomach was flat. Like, for the most part, my stomach was flat. I wasn't even that. Like, yo, look, I wasn't even that bad. I just had breasts that stuck out kind of far. I made things worse for myself because at that point, I just felt like I was too far gone. Like, I think this is an okay weight to have been. Just look at me in the back. Don't pay attention to the girl in the front. Like, you see how I wasn't that bad? Like, I was a little big, but I was chubby. I wasn't fat. That was 16 years old. 16 leading into 17. I was getting to be large. I was big, but I wasn't severely obese. That was 100 pounds ago. You add another 100 pounds, yeah, I'm severely obese now. Should take another one. Them holes ain't really hitting like they supposed to. That was when I was 16. I wasn't that bad off. But, like I said, I had a girlfriend who I thought didn't care that I was large, but she ended up using it as a weapon against me, like, telling me, like, yeah, nobody else gonna want to fuck with you because you big as fuck, and you big and nasty and big, and you big. And then I had my family, every time I see them, first thing they would say is how big I got since they see me, how fat I've got since they see me, how much weight I've put on since they see me. And then I couldn't see anything but that. That's all I saw. This is me as a kid. I had muscles and look, I was strong and everything. But I let people get in my head and tell me what I should be and what I look like, and it just went downhill. Like, look, I wasn't fat. I just had large breasts. Like, my breasts just made I was built like a P. But I wasn't fat. I was just built like an uppercase P. Well, I guess lowercase P and uppercase P are built the same, but I wasn't fat. I was just built like a P. I had a little pudge for stomach, like little tiny stomach. You can't even see that hoe. Just my breast stuck out real far. That was always the only problem that I had. I just couldn't see because I got in my way and I let people get in my way, and I couldn't see past the words. And I doomed myself to be in a body like this because I couldn't see past people's words and what people were telling me and how they thought I should look because I've been skinny my whole life. So you put on 10 pounds after being skin and bones your whole life, it's noticeable. And it just kept being noticeable and being noticeable. But again, a lot of that was my breasts. Like, hold on, let me show you something real quick. I'm not gonna show you my breasts. This is like, hold on, because my breasts are in the way. Let me like try to move to the side real quick so you can see. Like, this is all stomach. This is all stomach. All this is stomach. Straight, this is all stomach. Like, look, this is where my breasts start. Stomach. Straight stomach. Maybe I'll take half of this one. But like, look, you see how thighs rub together every time I walk? That wasn't always the case. And I didn't notice, even like when the pandemic first started. I could have been going on walks and exercising. I thought there was no point. I was too far gone. Then they came out with Ozempic. And I thought, this might save me. And then my insurance said, bitch, it's too expensive. They willing to pay for this fucking $15,000 surgery and all the aftercare that I'm going to need. Because you got to go see the doctor all the time after. But they weren't willing to pay for that. But it's okay. I digress. Moral of the story is, see, I'm out of breath. I walked from this spot. It literally took me less than 10 steps to walk to the desk and get this, and I'm out of breath. That is disgusting. I don't want to have that anymore. I don't want to live like that anymore. I took 10 steps. I walked from the foot of my bed to the head of my bed. Literally, this is the foot of my bed. I walked to the other side of my bed, and I became out of breath. I became winded from walking from one side of my bed to the other side of my bed. I'm 23 years old. That's gross. I can't live like that anymore. That can't be my life. I can only sleep on my side. Partly because of my breast, partly because I'm large, and if I lay on my back, my fat chokes me. Like, literally, whatever, it's choking all the fat. Again, I had a small frame. I was a small kid. I wasn't meant to be this big. So all the fat is choking me. If I lay on my back, I literally stop breathing because I'm choking myself from being fat as shit. Can't even sleep without having complications from being fat. So not that bad. That's not cool. What you mean I can't even sleep without worrying about suffocating myself because I'm fat? I gotta walk down the steps 1 foot at a time like an old lady because I'm fat. If somebody holding the door for me, I gotta just wave them off and let them go because I'm fat. I walk from the steps to the car to get in the Uber, and I gotta take my headphones off to make sure I'm not breathing like because I'm out of breath and I'm embarrassed. It's not just because I want to look better. Do I want to lose weight because I think it will help me look better? Yes. While there's nothing wrong with people who look fat, there are fat, attractive people, and fat and ugly are not synonymous. And I'm not saying that I'm ugly. I'm saying that I'm fat. And I'm saying that I like girls, and girls are really picky. And I'm not saying that it's lessening my dating pool by being fat. It's risking my health. I feel like I liked how I looked before this. So if I can help myself go back to that while also changing my life in other ways, like, I think it'll help me mentally, because a lot of problems that I have, me being fat takes over. It's at the front of my mind. Everything that I do is influenced by me being fat. What I'm going to wear today is influenced by what am I going to do today. If I wear this shirt and I sweat, are people going to see it because I'm fat? I sweat a lot. Where I sit when I get on the train, are there people already sitting down? Is there a skinny person I can sit next to so I don't have to rub fat with the next person? Am I making this person next to me feel uncomfortable because I'm so large? Where I sit when I get in the Uber, where I sit in my home, in my family's home, when we're all sitting down watching TV. Am I going to take up too much room on the couch? Should I just go sit in my room? Should I just sit at the table while the rest of the family sits in the living room and watch a movie because I'm going to be in the way because I'm large? When I go to the movies, I either buy 3 seats or sit where there's no, like, make sure there's no one else, or buy the seat next to me so I can have 2 seats. People who are large have trouble getting on airplanes. If we're going on a road trip or my entire family's going somewhere in one car, like my brother and his wife will sit in the back, my mom sits in the back and lets me sit in the front because I'm large. and it'll be uncomfortable for everyone else. I make people uncomfortable by being large. I make myself uncomfortable by being large. I just lost my breath walking to the other side of my bed. I get some food, and I'm like, damn, I don't even want to eat this right now, because this is going to make, like, people expect me to eat a lot because I'm big. We go to a restaurant. Damn, that means I order what I really want. I'm all big, and this bitch eating ribs all big. Let me get something small like some salmon or an appetizer and don't get a meal. Because, what? Of course, everybody else got like a sandwich, and of course, the big fat girl gonna be in here, the big fat black girl gonna be in here eating a rack of ribs. Everything that I do is influenced by me being fat. I don't look in the mirror when I'm like brushing my teeth or in the bathroom or something, obviously, but mirrors that aren't in the bathroom, that aren't required for me to look in, I can't look in the mirror. It's hard. It influences when I buy clothes, how I buy clothes. I can't shop at the mall. I can't buy anything from the mall. There's not a single store, maybe Macy's. There's not a single store plus Torrid, but that's made for big people. I can't shop at H&M, Forever 21. I can't shop at no store. I gotta wear 4X shirts because my stomach will fit in a 3X shirt, but my boobs won't, so I have to buy a 4X shirt. I gotta buy all my clothes off Shein because Shein has a curve section. All my clothes have to come from offline. I cannot go shopping and buy clothes in person because they never have my size. I might get a pair of pants, maybe. I can't buy clothes in person. People want to go shopping, they go to the mall. I gotta buy my clothes online and wait 2 weeks for them to get here. I can't go buy a clothes tomorrow. That's why I have to be prepared. For my graduation, I had to buy my clothes a month in advance so that they can come and I can try them on, and if they didn't fit, send them back. Everybody else went graduation shopping at the stores. They went to the mall, tried the clothes on, and bought them right then and there. I can't do that. My family plays pickleball, and they're active. They surf, they take hikes, they swim. I always have to pass because I can't even walk to the other side of my bed without breathing heavy. I can't even walk down the steps or walk from here to my Uber without. I'm 23. I can't even live an active life with my 60-something-year-old parents. They are more active than me because I'm fat. Like, come on, man. It's not like, and I'm trying not to cry right now because I get it. No one did this to me. I got a little bit big from taking birth control, and every medicine that I took, a side effect was gaining weight. And then birth control makes you gain weight as well. And once I realized that those things were making me gain weight, I stopped. But that's when I started saying I was a little bit large, and people kept just harping down on how big I was. And I had one girlfriend that was like, yo, if you get any bigger, I'm gonna break up with you. At that point, I still had self-respect. I still had dignity. So I broke up with her. But it's just the point. That's what my life had become. Everybody just telling me how big I got. And I lost sight of what I actually looked like. And then it got too far. But no one told me to lay around and eat cheese fries and shovel purple Doritos and Slim Jims into my mouth. No one told me to do that. I did that. No one told me during the pandemic to lay in bed with my feet kicked up playing PlayStation with snacks. I had an entire drawer full of snacks in my room. Excuse me, you mean to tell me I'm too lazy to go downstairs and get a snack? A snack that I don't even need, that I shouldn't even be having? So I'm not blaming anybody. It's nobody's fault other than mine. This is my body. I take responsibility for it. I did this. Cool. But just like I did it, I can undo it. With the help of this doctor and the help of the surgery and the help of this nutritionist. And I'm going to have a whole team of people behind me to help me. But I did this, so I have to be responsible for undoing it, which I'm doing. I'm going to undo it. I cannot live like this anymore. All my tattoos are stretched out. I mean, that happens when you gain weight. The worst part is literally, I just walked to the other, you just witnessed, I walked to the other side of my bed and I came back breathing heavy. That is unacceptable. And I'm not going to accept it any longer. I kept just saying, well, like, an excuse I would give myself is, I date all bad bitches. I still fuck all bad bitches, so, me, like, me being fat is not causing a problem, like aesthetics wise. Like, I'm fat. People know I'm fat, but you're skinny. What has being skinny ever gotten for you? I'm fat and I got a bachelor's degree. I got plenty of things. My life isn't in shambles because I'm fat. I know people who are skinny who are way worse off than me. I used to joke and say like, oh, I'm gonna start doing crack and get skinny like a crackhead, and then tell people I need help and go to rehab and be. But why? Like, it was a joke, but it was rooted in like me honestly having contemplated doing that at some point. But I didn't want to potentially ruin my life because that's like crackheads don't always recover. Also, I don't want to say that I was a crackhead. Like, I don't want to tell my grandkids like, yo, let me tell you about when I was a crackhead because I wanted to be skinny. I'm not. No. So I'm going to take this first step, and I'm gonna see what my weight is when I go see this doctor, and then I'm going to intimately document my journey into keeping at that weight, the surgery, after the surgery. I'm going to document the weight loss. I'm going to go on this journey with the people of the internet for some reason. I hope you stay along for the ride. I mean, I don't know. I'm nervous, but I've done scarier things, so I guess we'll see. I'll see you when I'm skinny.